Hello! Happy new YouTube video day. Today we are diving into how to grow your Facebook page. I've got 5 ways. Let's go see. Hello. It's Emma Holmes coming in from Rockstars HQ, and today I am going to be talking about how to grow your Facebook page and the 5 real things that you need to be thinking about when it comes to growth on your Facebook page, because I know that this one is super frustrating. Feels like a slog for lots and lots of people. It feels really hard, it feels really complicated, it feels like, it's a push and it's a struggle, and to be seen and to be visible and all of the information that's out there. But what I want to do is I want to condense it down to kind of 5 things that we need to be thinking about when it comes to growth of our Facebook pages and how you look at growth of your Facebook page. Now, once upon a yesterday, that actually wasn't that long ago, it was fairly easy to grow a Facebook page, and you will look on and you'll see lots of people with really big pages because they've been established for a long time, and the rules of social were slightly different then. The majority of people who followed your page saw your posts. It was easier to get growth strategies in place. It was easier to get likes. Once upon a yesterday, I could run a likes ad for like 2p a like, and it was just incredible. It was absolutely, back in the day, it was a good place to be. But we're not there anymore, and we don't want to dwell on being there, because that actually doesn't exist anymore. Social's evolved, social's changed, and with it we've got to evolve and change. And we've got to think about how we create a strategy that will allow us to grow our Facebook pages and allow us to take hold of our Facebook page and look at prioritising growth. So, what is the things that you need to be thinking about? I've got 5 that I'm going to cover in today's video. In at number 1 is content and consistency. Right, so you're going to have heard, oh yeah, content's king, You've heard it before, right? Content isn't king. Engaging content is king. So you can do the best quality content out there. You can provide content after content after content after content. And what will end up happening is that you will be in that position where you feel like, you're doing good stuff. You're doing good stuff, but actually it's not hitting the spot. It's not getting you the results that you want. It's about making sure that your content is engaging. It's about making sure that you are producing content that people want to get involved with, want to read, want to be part of. So we're looking at creating good quality content, but content which is engaging, content which is relevant to your audience, content they want to get involved in, content that they want to like, comment on, share, be part of. That is the difference when we're looking at, content is king, engaging content is king. Then we're looking at consistency. Now, people get consistency and frequency mixed up. They think that in order to achieve consistency, it has to be based upon frequency. It has to be how many times a day do you post, how many times a day do you post. And people will ask me all the time, what's the optimum number of times of day to post on your Facebook page? That depends. I would rather you concentrated on the engaging content than became obsessed about how many times per day you needed to post on social media. Consistency is about a number of things. Frequency is only one of them. Consistency is about consistency in message, consistency in quality engaging content, consistency in language, consistency in look and feel, and then consistency and frequency. So all of those things come together to create consistency. So is your message consistent? Are your images consistent? Do people kind of get what you're looking at? When you are creating an image, can people go, oh, that's Emma's image, that one there, that's Emma's image? Are you consistent insofar as, the language that you use in your posts? Are you really, refining your voice and how you speak to your crowd? And then finally, are you posting regularly? So the frequency element is actually the last element to think about. It's the last bit that we need to be thinking about insofar as consistency is concerned. In at number 2, connection. Now, I talked about engaging content there, but really what this boils down to is creating connections. People buy from people. And you build your business one relationship at a time. And yeah, you might be doing, multiple at the same time if you do a Facebook Live or whatever, medium that you're putting out there. But you're thinking about it on a personal level. You're creating connections with individual people in your audience. Now, I always say that the Rockstar community is made up of individuals that create the most amazing collective. So I will deal with each and every person as an individual because their needs are different. They have different positioning in their business. They have different priorities. There's different things for them to consider. So each individual is individual. They are treated and looked at individually. So creating connections is about voice. It's about tone. It's about opening your doors and allowing people to come into your community and to create that vibe of community so that they feel like they know you. When I meet rock stars in real life, they'll say to me, "Oh, I feel like I know you." You do, because it's the same person. I'm the same person online as I am in real life, and they create connections and relationships with you because you create correspondence that is in your tone of voice, that is done your way. You share a little bit of yourself, you share a little bit of behind the scenes, you ask questions and you engage people in conversations. So that creates an abundance of connection. So when you're thinking about asking questions, now not every question that you ask has to be businessy AF. It can sometimes be frivolous questions that are really easy for people to answer, but feel like they get a sense of knowing you a little bit better. You can also answer that question so that, that connection becomes solidified and people feel like they know you much better. So at number 1, we've got content and consistency. Remember, content isn't king. Engaging content is king. 2, connection. You're building your business relationship by relationship by relationship. Now, let's hit number 3. In at number 3 is crowds, cross-pollination, opportunities, and that kind of thing. Now, I know that people are often super resistant to looking at ways that they can increase their reach and looking at opportunities that are away from their own platform. So when you are looking at building your crowd, perhaps being able to provide a guest blog for somebody or to be interviewed by somebody or to open up the door to opportunity is a great thing to do. Now, I know that when I talk about this, lots of people think, oh, well, I've got to do loads of working groups. I've got to be there in groups and I've got to be helping people all of the time. And the thing is, when you are spending a whole load of time in other people's groups, you aren't that authority within the group. Somebody has joined that group for the person who leads that group, and you going in and putting your message all over their group, 1 can be a little bit icky, 2 can be against people's rules within the group, and 3 can end up making it feel like you aren't coming from a place of abundance, that you are kind of scrambling around and always have an answer and you're the super helpful one, but it can become a little bit more sort of hamster wheelish and have a different energy attached to it. I'm all for you being in groups. I'm all for you helping people, but don't make it a priority point within kind of your approach at building your business and your Facebook page. Think about how you can connect with other people where you can provide information and advice for their audience. So what you're thinking about here is people who are attracting a similar crowd to you, and but they're offering something that isn't in conflict with your product. They're not offering something that is the same as your product, or similar to your product or service. So you're thinking about, how you can get in front of other people's audiences. With that, there is an element of credibility attached to it. So it's kind of borrowed credibility. If you're attached to that person and that person is then shouting about you to their audience, that borrowed credibility is something that, is absolutely priceless. Because if I'm going to have somebody on my Facebook page, or if I'm going to have somebody on my blog, there's a recognition that I've allowed that to be there. So therefore, that person must be somebody who's worth listening to, somebody who's good. So that borrowed credibility can really help and support you, and linking back to your website. Also, when you're looking at opportunities, have you got your business page attached to your personal Facebook page? So if people do come across you in group environments and things like that, they can see what your business actually is. Have you commented on other pages as your page? So if you are getting involved in a conversation, you can do that as your business page. Shout up in the comments if you need to know how to do that, because I can make sure, that you get some help and support with that if that's something that you need to do. Obviously, if it's not icky, it's about having a bit of a balancing act inside of your head as to, how best to get that visibility and that opportunity and connection happening for your Facebook page, and being able to get yourself out there in a bigger way, and looking at leveraging other people's platforms in order for you to get additional reach and additional eyes on your work. So, it's kind of in that PR sphere of you being able to get out there in front of already established audiences and being able to leverage their establishment in order to help and support your growth and your building. So that's another brilliant way. In at number 3 is looking at opportunities and cross-pollination and how you can support one another. So it might be that you are looking at, offering somebody an opportunity on your page in exchange for you getting an opportunity on their page, and you can both cross-pollinate each other's audiences, and working together can really be successful. So number 1 is content and consistency. We're making sure that content is engaging. Content on its own is not king. It has to be engaging content. 2 is connection. 3 is opportunities and cross-pollination. Number 4 is competitions. Now, competitions are a great way of getting lots of eyes in front of your business, because what it is it is a super engaging post that you put onto social media. What you've got to make sure that you do is that you do run competitions in accordance with the terms of service of the platform that you are running them on. I am going to link to a blog about running Facebook competitions below, so that you can make sure that you're running them correctly, that you're staying the right side of the Facebook law and the Facebook police, and that you're not compromising your Facebook page as a result of running the competition. That is really important. So make sure that you read that blog after you've listened to this video. It's in the description box that is with this video, so you'll be able to have a look at that. So make sure that you are doing that and that it is in accordance with the terms. What it is that you would run a competition with a prize that is super relevant to your audience. So something that your audience would absolutely like. Now, when you're looking at how you can really benefit from, the reach of something like that, you could, for example, have a duplicate prize available. So you could say, for you and a friend, and, make sure that you let us know what friend you would want to win the prize with you. That would then increase your reach, because people would then shout it out to their friends. What you can do, you can't make it a like and share competition is against Facebook rules. I'm not going to go massively into the rules because the blog helps you with that. But I know that you'll see them around, and I know that you'll go, well, they do them. Why can't I do them? You run the risk of losing your Facebook page if you do things that are against Facebook rules. I personally am not prepared to take the risk. But looking at ways that you can use a competition in order to extend your reach and get in front of more of the right people, because as they say, birds of a feather flock together. So if you've got ideal clients that are coming in and commenting on the thread, getting involved, shouting up and getting into the competition, then you will likely be exposed to their friends. So, often we find in our news feed a post that one of our friends commented on, even if we're not following that page. You get natural exposure in that way, which can help and support you to get more eyes on what you do, which can help and support your growth. So think about a super relevant competition for the people who are super relevant to your business, and make sure that it is within Facebook rules, because that is so important. So number 1 is content and consistency. Number 2 is connection. Number 3 is opportunities and cross-pollination. And number 4 is competitions. And lastly, at number 5 is the paid for option, which is a likes ad. Now, Facebook used to be able to run likes ads really beautifully. They're not quite so easy anymore, but they can still be absolutely brilliant for your business and for your growth. They're not something that you should avoid at all costs. Facebook advertising, as long as you do it right, can provide you with a great return on investment. Again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little link below this video where you can get your hands on a Facebook advertising pack that can help and support you to create Facebook ads that are going to work for your business. So you can do a likes ad, so that is actually advertising for likes. You're looking to get more bums on seats in your business. The other thing that you can do is a real good content-based ad. So if you write some really engaging, great content, what you can do is you can create an advert from that content that goes out to a prescribed crowd that you decide on who it is, what their definition is, what they need to be interested in, what age they are, what sex they are, where they live, and what Facebook pages they follow. There's all sorts you can do with that. If you do it on a piece of content, like page also comes up in the top corner of that sponsored post. So yes, it'll be a sponsored post that'll hit people's news feeds, but it'll be something that is rich in content, so they get a feel for you, and it's not just asking for a like, and it has the like page bit at the top too, so you're not missing out on the page like as a result. And you can also put in the ad, if you found this super helpful, make sure that you like the Facebook page for more of the same. You can add that into your advert as a call to action. So it's a great way of thinking in both senses. Most people just think about likes ads, but there's also that ability to do a content based ad that can be super helpful for creating more reach in your business. So, growing your Facebook page. Number 1, content and consistency. Number 2, connection. Number 3, opportunities and cross-pollination. Number 4, competitions. Number 5, adverts. I'd love to know your thoughts on this. Inside the Beyond Ordinary Business Hub, we have a module that is about growing your Facebook page, that is about your business growth. And you can get involved with the Beyond Ordinary Business Hub really easily. And again, there's going to be more information below the video. So until next time, make sure that you are subscribed to the YouTube channel, that you've hit the little bell notification so that you are advised every single time I upload a new video, and that you are commenting below if there's anything that I can help and support you with. Have an absolutely ace day, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye!